We're going to bring up a great comedian, a man who has written and done movies. You think you haven't seen great shit on the cable comedy show. Well, here it is. His man's been on Letterman, The Tonight Show, everywhere, and where else would he report but the cable comedy show? Please, a nice round of applause, Mr. Jonathan Katz.
Thank you very much. Pace yourselves. Oh boy, nice to be here. I just had dinner with my dad. I made a classic Freudian slip. I meant to say, "Can you pass me the salt, please?" But it comes out, "You schmuck, you ruined my childhood." Totally destroyed the mood of his birthday party. 81 years old, my dad. That's a tough one. You wake up one morning and you're above the recommended age for Scrabble. I have this fear that he's going to die before I get a chance to tell him how much I love him, so I called him last night. I said, "Dad, how are you feeling?" He said, "Fine." I said, "Just checking." He's doing okay, though, except his hearing is going, and he won't admit it. It's sad. When he reads, he goes, "What?" Whole family is coming apart at the seams. Sure, 2 weeks ago, my aunt passed away. She was cremated, and we think that's what did it. And now I have to break the news to my daughter. 6 years old. Kid has me totally wrapped around her little finger. I don't even try to win anymore. I just try and save face. I say things to her like, "Go to your room at your earliest convenience." Okay, Daddy's going to count to 1,500. She's got an incredible imagination. We were playing house, and she says to me, "Let's pretend you're the daddy, only you have a job." Nice. She's an only child. The other day she asked me why she has no brothers and sisters, and I'm a coward. I didn't want to get into it, so I said, "Look, you have an older sister, but you're always missing her by about 5 minutes." She said, "Hey, that's like my other daddy. You're always just missing by about 5 minutes." Nice. Real nice. She's in kindergarten. She loves it. But I'm having a tough time because I remember how cruel kids can be to each other, how clannish. I know I was. I hung out with the other bald kids. I used to get picked on, too. I was a little guy, so my dad enrolled me in the local martial arts academy, where once a week I would get beaten in a more formal setting. I didn't like school until I got to college. That was fun. Majored in psychology until I flunked sensitivity training. True story, there was a woman in the group who never spoke, and the instructor finally asked her why. She points to me, she says, "I don't trust him." He says, "Look, there's an exercise you can do. I want you to stand in front of Jonathan with your arms out at your sides. And I want you to fall backwards into his arms. In the process, he will earn your trust." Well, to make a long story short, about 6 years later, she wheels up to me to convention. Exactly. I am an oddity in this business. It's true, I'm a happily married guy. Sorry, gals. Well, they seem to be dealing with it. That's good. Okay. I'll tell you my secret. My wife and I don't take each other for granted. That's the trick. Every morning for 6 years, I ask her how she takes her coffee. It's a small thing, but it's annoying. And when we make love, I never assume she wants me to wear the jammies with the feet. You can't. You know what I'm saying? It's a good marriage, but lately I think she's been fooling around because our parrot keeps saying, "Give it to me hard and fast before my husband John Katz comes home." And yes, I'd love a cracker. And this is not the only thing that has me worried, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I read too many detective novels, but 2 weeks ago I came home early, and I see a strange car parked in the driveway. So I tiptoe into the house. There's a cigar smoldering in the ashtray. I pry open the bedroom door. There's a naked man sitting on my bed. Now, maybe I'm paranoid, but I don't smoke. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a smoking man, that's my point. She wants to have another kid, my wife, and that's fine, but I'm not sure it's right to bring another child into such a crazy world. Last night I was tucking my daughter in. She says to me, "Daddy, how can 400 children be killed?" And apparently she'd seen a commercial on TV for the movie Jonestown 10 years later. So I said, "Listen, honey, sometimes grown-ups join religious cults, and they give their children lethal doses of Kool-Aid. Good night, sweetie." Thank you very much. Thank you. Been very nice.
Jonathan Katz, ladies and gentlemen. Put that baby right on, John. John Katz. Very nice job, Jonathan.
Thank you, Michael.
Thanks for coming on down, doing this tonight.
Pleasure.
Because, you know, I know you're busy. Doing all kinds of stuff. You've written movies and House of Games. I don't know if you've checked that out, but
That's a movie that was based on a story I wrote. You know, I'm very uncomfortable talking about my career.
okay, let's talk about mine.
I didn't say I was desperate. I said I'm
Okay.
the whole, the whole movie business. Ever since that first, you remember the whole thing with the.
I'm sorry, we have planes coming in every once in a while.
That's my fault. I got a little thing.
Yeah. Well, you went from screenwriting to doing what?
Well, remember this book deal I made a few years ago?
You wrote a book?
Well, I wrote a book about a young girl who moves to New York.
Uh-huh.
And it's about her search for fiscal responsibility and for an accountant. And I optioned the rights for the film.
Her search for an accountant?
Yeah, you lose. Well, but my point is that you lose creative control, you lose everything. It was a book I wrote called Looking for Mr. Goodman, and this is years ago. Okay, was it worth it? I don't know.
We can go back and retract that. Now that's on John. You want that up a little higher? That's why we're getting the Hendrix sound.
Okay.
I think it's microphones clashing with the cardigan.
I'm
not quite sure.
Is that
but that could be. Now you got an acting career too. You've been in the movies.
Mike, if it isn't one film, it's one film.
And I'll tell you, I saw you in that.
Oh, and
I had to keep feeding the quarters in. But
excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, don't watch. Okay. He's cruel, this guy.
No. You know I'm your pal.
I know that. Actually, I read for a movie today in New York.
You read for a movie?
Very funny story. I'm waiting to audition.
Yeah.
Me and there's another actor waiting also. We're both sitting in director's chairs, just like this. He's about 10 feet away from me. We're both very nervous. And I see him. He leans back just a little bit too far. And our eyes make contact. I realize there's nothing I can do, so I just go like this. It's a wonderful moment.
So pretty much you moved up a notch.
Yes. I got the part.
You got the part.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to tell us about?
I'm a little superstitious that way. But trust me, it's going to be a very big thing for me.
Okay.
Yeah. You've seen Porky's, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is based on the original book. It's a remake, Yeah.
It's called Bacon Boy, by any chance?
Something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, where have you been lately?
I've been working. Well, I commute to the West Coast. As a matter of fact, I was just in L.A. A friend of mine's getting married, a comic, good friend of mine. And I was auditioning for Best Man. Looks very good.
Beat the guy in the director's chair, did you?
Yes.
Good.
That whole town, though, is show business.
What's the matter with it?
Well, no one will go to a funeral unless they know the director. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's a terrible joke, and I won't explain why. Okay.
Are you going to be in the area anywhere where we should catch you?
I'm going to be Catch a Rising Star.
When?
Not this week, but the week of the 16th of June.
16th of June through? Like the 22nd, something like
it's
that?
under Thursday through Saturday.
Thur, Fry, Sat, Sun, Catch a Rising Star. See him, Jonathan Katz.
there.
Please, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.